Do you know what's good about TikTok?
No, I literally
I
do
don't.
not.
I have zero frame of reference.
What's good about TikTok? You know what is that it delivers stand-up comedy in sort of, I think, its best format, which is like a single joke where you don't have to deal with the awkward, hey, it's me, here's my deal stuff.
Right. Yeah, you can do a little like mini.
And so I don't mean...
Cut.
I basically always mean any reels or whatever people, copied as well when I say this. But the short form format is actually really got me back into comedy because I can tell from a joke or two from somebody.
You know who has a TikTok?
Whether I can stand one. Who does? I mean, everybody. But
Sam from Dropout.
I know. And that's about it.
Yeah, he loves it.
He loves it. Explaining where he's from.
I am going to have a coughing fit real quick, so let me pause myself.
Go ahead and mute.
There was I think it was a Game Changer or a Make Some Noise bit where they kind of ripped into Sam a little bit or dug into him and mentioned that where he's like, yeah, I've got all these unread emails, but I could make a 20-second Reels.
He's a very productive man.
So,
the shortest way to make money.
If there is anybody in chat, are you drawing along with us? And what are you drawing? And if you're not in chat, don't say anything.
Yeah. Feel free to continue not saying if you're not in chat.
I have no expectations of anybody not currently watching the stream.
Yeah,
Bridal Tomato, this isn't about what they're drawing, okay?
No,
it's
it
about
is.
what I'm drawing.
No, it is.
I'm the star of the show here. I'm the king of the ring.
No, you are like the model, the posable model you get from like Dick Blick. the real point of this is whatever anybody who's watching.
You get all of yours directly from Dick Blick. You've got connections to the top.
I drive. I've got to cough again. Excuse me. I drive into the city, and I receive my posable statue from Dick Blick Incorporated. Yes.
All right. Now that
I didn't know if you met up with Dick himself, and he's like, hey,
Richard Blick. I've never met
this
the man.
in just for you.
I've never met Rick Blick.
You don't have your own private store of artisan selected Richard Blick personal stash.
That's actually like the only art providing CEO that I don't have a shrine to.
I thought you were saying Richard Bick, and you were like getting a shrine of lighters.
No.
And I thought this
It's
was
like
really shitty pens.
it's Hobby Lobby for atheists.
It's a more art focus, like traditional art focus. Craft supply store.
Yeah, I got it.
Unfortunately, they did buy out my favorite local place, which was a bummer.
Yeah.
But I mean, they more or less had the same model, same stock, but now they're going to carry different brands, and
well, this isn't.
That's a bit of a bummer.
This isn't sponsored. Fuck Dick Blick.
It could be though, and then we'll retract that statement.
I will retract it right now.
Ooh, you never suck it back in. It always hurts.
No, I like it. I know what happens. I do it all the time.
We're edging our dragging statements here on 10 Paces.
Dude, I did that a lot in a Minecraft server. People were like, are you doing this on purpose?
You retracted a lot of slanderous statements.
Yeah. No, sorry. I thought you said something about dragging statements. I misheard you. So I would be like, did one of you guys strip all the wood off of this house? And I'd be like, I'm coming. Right back after I get some some iron from the mine. And eventually someone's like, you've got to be doing that on purpose. And when they finally commented, it was a time I actually did it on accident because I just had a brain fart. And I was like, I've reached peak or whatever. I don't know. And that's when they're like,
you're starting to...
You got to be doing it on purpose, right?
You're succumbing to your own gaslights.
Yeah. You're degenerating.
Okay, you are so internet brained because that's called thinking.
Well, that's thinking, but
convince
you're
myself of the
convincing
things
yourself
that I
of
wanna
something that
believe.
isn't true.
No.
All right,
That's not what
all right,
gaslighting is.
guys. I'm gonna rein this in. Let's get to
Okay,
drawing and then continue. This.
Yeah.
I've been drawing this whole time.
Well, aren't you a little overachiever? You already know the prompts.
Yeah, that's true.
Travis,
Yeah, Sheriff.
draw me a cowboy. You like cowboys?
Yeah. So much so, I had an idea for a whole show about him.
Like aside from this one?
Is it One Piece?
No, it's this one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we had like a sequel show in mind.
We could.
10
Let's see where this
Paces
prompt
2.
goes.
Well, I think this prompt's gonna go into the past. I want you to draw me a ye old cowboy.
So cowboy with an E on the end.
Yes.
Yeah, old cowboy.
Yeehaw, old cowboy. And I'm gonna give you the traditional 30 minutes to do so. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah. No other bells or whistles,
Nope.
just ye old cowboy.
Just draw me an old cowboy, something from like the medieval times, or like just something from before when cowboys are typically found.
I've eaten at medieval times. I think I can do this.
Okay. Well, in that case, 3, 2, 1, draw.
Wait,
Okay.
am I allowed to use my tablet? Because
Yeah.
if it's medieval times, they didn't have drawing tablets in medieval
they've had-
times, so
they've
there
had
are no
drawing
drawing
tablets
tablets at
since
medieval
caveman
times.
No.
Dude,
Oh.
Da Vinci was real smart.
We've been drawing on tablets since before we knew what sperm
Yeah.
were.
Yeah. And then look at the 10 Commandments. They were on 2 stone.
Stentics.
Yeah.
That's a cheap
Ah,
brand
yeah.
of tablet.
That's how Whack'em got their start.
Who's Whack'ems? Oh, I gotcha.
Whack'em Sack'em robot.
We had talked briefly, me and Staffy, about doing a fourth Warner brother.
Oh, yeah.
So when you said Whack'em, I'm like, did we talk about that? Did he tell you that we said?
No, I did not. I was saying another. Have you guys draw another character from Animaniacs, like a new one?
There's a bevy of roles for them to fill.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
It
another.
could be a
Warner.
good feather. They could be a hippo.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Like the hippo couple kind of
Exactly.
dabbles in, polyamory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're not actually swingers.
No.
They could
No, I
be.
believe.
They
I mean, I think
rebooted it. Make
I
it
literally
modern.
think they're just Latin. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that as a fun little joke. You know what I mean?
Oh no, their whole thing was that they were, head over heels for each other, and so that was the basis of my whole bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Try another bit.
You just shot it down.
Okay.
I'll do a really good job on it next time.
Yeah, I know you're new here. We practice yes and to death.
That's dumb.
Well,
Yeah, we killed
No,
it
you
here
don't.
on this show.
You're right. It is dumb, but sometimes it wraps around to being funny. Because dumb and funny are on the opposite ends of the spectrum.
That's why funny is dumb spelled backwards.
Yeah, and why Doug was very smart.
He wasn't my favorite in terms of ranking the intelligence. I guess he is kind of high on like the characters for that age demographic. Huh?
I don't know.
I mean, you're up against like Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy are like raunchy late 20s if they were humans.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the
Age demographic.
like the graphic of the viewers.
Oh no. I sort of, but I meant like they also didn't have human ages. So I was just saying that Ren and Stimpy weren't like little middle schoolers like that Doug Funny is.
We don't know that.
Well, they were cats and a dog. They were a cat and a dog. They didn't go to school, I don't believe.
There had to have been a school episode of Ren and Stimpy. That show ran so long.
Yeah, there was a Robin Hood.
Some would say
episode,
too
so
long.
I'm sure there was definitely at least one school episode.
Oh yeah, it definitely ran past its prime in the reboot.
Adult Party Cartoons, great name.
Yeah, not a great execution. Because like all of the humor from that show relied on it getting past standards and practices.
I don't entirely agree, but you're not wrong that like him having freedom ended up being dumb.
Yeah,
Ultimately, the problem was that like that stuff he needed to have gotten out of his system before he had like such a huge platform, and not even like because it can't be seen, like just because it'd be better if he had gotten a lot of that out, just had been able to put it in something else rather than basing a whole show around that stuff.
Yeah, I mean that was.
But, I mean, he's also a scumbag. Don't get me wrong.
It was a very old school animator approach. It's just, being lewd and crude and crass and just trying to sneak it in where you can. Because, I mean, you weren't doing these little independent projects. You were going through a studio because it was the only way to get an animation done.
Since I'm a more sketchy, cartoony little guy, I'm going to send my finished Ye Old Cowboy in to you, Aaron, now. Can you show it to the world? Well, whether you can or not, it's coming. Yeah, that's all right. He must have been getting some info or something. So, I'm going to send it into the Discord now. I finished it. I don't have all the technique, and so I thought it'd be fun to just do a little cartoon along with you.
Right on. And everyone out there, you're welcome to join along. Maybe even get some points from our sheriff here.
From the old
because
sheriff.
your art is what matters. Don't forget that.
Ah, fuck that. I'm taking my heel. My heel position here. I've been heel. It's well established.
Really? I would not have guessed it.
Yeah. The fans out there, suck my butt.
Really like me.
Whoa.
Travis, it was my turn tonight.
To be heel?
To suck your butt.
Oh.
That's why he's being healed. He's greedy.
Yeah, I'm opening it up to everyone.
You promised me when I had your back in that lumberjack match that I would get to suck your butt.
Well, I lied. Anything for views. And for more butt sucks.
Oh. You know what? I think Travisor is just too ashamed of his weird butt to let me touch it.
Nah, to prove you wrong.
Nah,
I'll
what do you
let
fans
anyone
think?
out
Weird
there
butt.
get there and
Weird butt.
touch my butt. Touch my weird butt.
Travis, you do have the Weird Butt Championship.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all have to get our start somewhere in the circuit.
Yeah, it's like the 24/7 title that was like only used for comedy skits. Did you get my picture?
Let me look.
It's in the Discord. It is my Ye Old Cowboy. It's in the general text channel.
Nice. You want me to just show it off?
Yes, if you can. Yeah. It's gonna be me.
Or you're the first image I've saved on this computer.
Yeah,
Like smashing a bottle on a ship.
Yeah.
We christened it. Oh.
And now God will watch its voyage.
All right, I'm gonna do a boat sound.
That was great.
Was that
Thank you.
his boat? I hear out in the harbor?
Oh God, when did we get a harbor?
Uh-oh. We don't even have a lighthouse.
Oh no, that boat's gonna crash.
All right. That's all right. All right. One of us can look it up on Encarta and figure out how to lighthouse, and then the rest of us can wave our hands up and down on the coast. And hopefully,
Oh yeah. I mean, we could at least get some semaphore.
yeah. Oh, like from that play.
I don't know what play. Is there a
The
play called
Pirates of
Semaphore?
Penzance, I apologize. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a musical theater reference. That's me. That's why you got me on the channel.
Here,
Yeah.
Did you?
Finally bring some culture to this show.
I've got your
Yeah.
art up.
Thank you. It is my ye old cowboy. It is a peasant who dreams of being a knight, and so he's got his like cowboy like straw hat on, and he's riding a doll, like a little horse, like a sawhorse with reins, and imagining being a cowboy peasant knight.
I love it.
Thank you. He is leaning back a little like he's having sex with it. I'm sorry for that. There's some ecstasy in the grip that he has
Well,
on the.
it's fun for him too.
Yeah, just imagine the time that sawhorse must be having.
Yeah.
It's okay when you see the what I'm about to do. You won't mind the sexy face. Did you guys know I'm getting
Are you about to do a... Getting a what?
a fridge installed?
You didn't
Oh,
tell me
yeah?
that. Inside of yourself?
No, in the saloon right here.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I forgot we could
Weird.
guess.
Yeah, you can
We're moving
cuss.
on to a whole new era.
You can cuss up a storm.
So, I'm a big pro wrestling guy. We talked about that just a second ago. Travis, you've seen some. You've watched some and all. You're familiar, right?
Dabble.
Yeah. What brings you to pro wrestling? What makes you enjoy watching some pro wrestling?
A big part of it's the community.
Oh,
Like, that's
interesting.
how I got back into it. Like, I did watch a lot of the NWO kind of, I guess, was that
Ooh,
Attitude
that's-
Era, or was that
You're so
just
lucky.
after?
NWO? That was WCW, man.
Yeah.
That was the edgy alternative to WWE back in the day.
Yeah, so that's how I really came up in it.
No
so
wonder
with
you used to
WCW,
watch. That's
NWO,
like, oh, that's such good stuff. So
but
why
then like
Sting's
getting back
awesome.
into it, it was probably, oh yeah. But I only knew Sting as, the Crow, and not as, like the
Surfer
Scorpion pants and Ultimate Warrior makeup.
Oh. Well, yeah. It's just after having been the Crow for so long, he started doing his own thing with it.
Yeah,
You said Ultimate Warrior makeup. Did you know that they used to be tag team partners?
I didn't. That
They were
explains
the
the makeup.
Blade Runners, and that's where he got the name Sting. They were Sting, and the Ultimate Warrior's name back then was Rock. They were Rock and Sting, the Blade Runners. He's so cool.
Like-
My fiance does not get it at all. Not only does she not get that he's cool back or like now because he's old or whatever, but she didn't get that he was cool back then because she's seen the Crow.
Yeah.
That's what she always says. And I'm like, yeah, but he's the Crow and he wrestles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he brings his own thing to it, of course, over time.
yeah, but you could just do that. Like, you could just... It's like the guy who came out in a Stormtrooper helmet. And it's just like,
Shockmaster.
this is my gimmick.
Okay, well, it wasn't his idea.
It was. Yeah.
He already.
It'd be
worked
like
there.
somebody coming out as a Marvel character in
Well,
the modern day and just being like, "That's my gimmick."
for clarity to any non-wrestling fans, this was a bedazzled Stormtrooper helmet. That
Well, I
made
mean,
all
like
the
what
difference.
Sting was doing, because he's just like, "I saw the Crow and I liked it, so that's my gimmick."
Well, unlike the provably Lucas-owned helmet, the Sting thing is a little more general goth. The Crow thing is really just ghost paint,
Yeah.
which is fine. And the Crow made it iconic, but like, you can't. It's not quite the same. Also, Sting didn't trip and fall on his face in his first moment, which is what the Shockmaster is famous for. He never came back.
It's true.
They were like, the Shockmaster! And he was supposed to punch through this, like the thing that football players do. And he got his foot caught, and he fell, and the helmet stumbles off and rolls away. And he goes and picks it up and puts it back on because there's a pre-recorded thing he's supposedly saying underneath the mask, so he can't be visibly not saying it. It's genius. Pro wrestling's awesome, even when it's terrible. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, it's athleticism and pageantry and just everything's taken to such an absurd degree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you know Orange Cassidy?
I do.
He's one of my favorites right now. He's so big in AEW.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy rules.
He has a little pocket gimmick. He sticks his hands in his pockets and stuff. He's too cool for school.
Like MJF.
Of course you do. You've got taste.
MJF is
You've got eyes
the
and
goat.
ears.
Yeah. He's
He really is
a
very
working CM Punk.
You mean like a functional one?
Oh, I mean, like actually signed to a promotion.
Right. Oh, a CM Punk that's allowed to work in the wrestling business. I get what you're saying. He's reportedly in talks with Impact, if you've even heard of them.
Yeah. I don't remember where, but
Sting was there for a while because he didn't ever want to go to WWE. It's
gotcha.
very small. Like, even AEW now is much bigger than TNA ever was. It was called TNA at the time as well. They changed the name for obvious reasons. But anyway, that's enough wrestling trivia. Now, I know we need to fill an amount of time, but we do not need to fill that amount of time with just that. So, somebody else say something.
Travis.
Yeah,
You
that's
like
me.
you like
Mowers.
Reese's. You like Reese's.
I do.
What's your favorite kind of
Is that-
Reese's?
Are we doing this again?
Yeah.
What's going on? You have to do it again, because I wasn't
It's
here before.
pumpkins.
It's pumpkin.
It's
Funny that you mentioned that.
pumpkin spice Reese's. I gotcha.
Over the weekend, I found some Halloween candy, and at the store, I bought 17 double packs of Reese's pumpkins for $1.08 each.
Wow.
A lot of
The
Reese's.
great pumpkin do giveth.
Yep. I found the pumpkin fairy.
They saw our pumpkin carving video.
You're
and
doing
they're like,
nothing. You're doing nothing to beat the weird attachment to the pumpkins allegation there. You're like, oh, come on. You're making a big deal out of this. The pumpkin giveth and the pumpkin taketh away. It's like, yeah, but you do like them, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, hark! Let me tell you
No.
a tale of my tumbling.
I thought he had just been bringing it up because we mentioned it in like the past 3 streams, I think.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, the holier it makes you feel, the worse the mentions are gonna get. The more you could directly compare them to the Lord in the Bible.
By the way,
I've never read it. I
speaking
wouldn't
of,
know.
of none of that, you've got 12 minutes remaining.
Oh, right.
Don't read these authors' books.
Also, Tasha, I pushed your artwork up on the fridge.
Aww.
Oh, is that
I
what the
love
fridge
the
is
fridge.
for?
That's what the fridge is for, yeah.
Cool. That's a great idea.
Oh yeah, we don't have electricity out here in 10 Paces, so...
No, but it's a nice thought.
When we do, when those power lines finally make their way out here.
I drew a face, and then I drew such an immaculate jawline around that face that I erased the entire face to make the jawline work.
Huh. I mean, I guess sometimes you gotta do that.
It's chaos out here.
Delete your art.
Delete your art. Did it work?
Y'all, y'all see this Five Nights at Freddy's?
No,
I
how
am
did you?
a big scaredy baby, though I've now heard that it's not very scary, which is good.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
It's abysmal.
It's abysmal.
Yeah, it was such a... Like, there's a character in there who's entirely unnecessary.
Speak now if you don't want Five Nights at Freddy's spoilers. Hey, chat. Hey, chat.
I'll be as vague as possible about it, but there's a character in there who's entirely unnecessary, and apparently Henson Works did the
puppets,
puppetry, the animatronics.
Machines. Yeah.
Yeah, you would never know it.
They looked
There's
awesome in the
just
commercials.
There's just so much After Effects on them in the movie. I thought they were just bad CG the whole time.
Well, you have to understand that it's an incredibly skilled puppetry workshop making bad CG.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an incredibly skilled puppet workshop who's getting their work kind of, I guess, After Effects into oblivion.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I've heard what most people say. The puppets look great, or the mechanics or whatever.
I had to go back and give it a second look-see, just not the whole movie, but just to make sure it wasn't
Just your
my first
imagination.
view. Yeah, just deceiving me.
No, I mean,
No,
it's fine.
it
You know,
looks really, really bad.
huh? That's the first time I've heard that. I mostly have heard that it's not a very good movie, but that a lot of people are like, you know, you don't necessarily need to skip it. It's not like a don't watch it, because it might be something you might like, but that like if you don't get the vibe, you'd like it.
If you're a regular Freddy fanatic, you're gonna watch it anyway, but
Yeah.
if you're just looking for something to watch, I mean, there are better movies out there.
Yeah, I may watch it still, though I don't know. I never really.
It's important to be in the zeitgeist, and that's why I watched it.
I was a really big fan of the first Freddy game, and I don't think it was like retroactively that I was wrong about that. But I am such a little baby about being scared that I couldn't really play it anyway. So like any, I don't know, tricks that got old or anything, I probably would have missed. But I've always kind of liked Freddy, though it's gone a really, really long way now. So I don't even know what it is. Like, I only played the first one and a little of the second one.
Yep. Same.
But
I mean, like the first one, I liked it because they did so much with so little.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly still images. And I thought that was really impressive.
It was really well done.
That's what I like about indie horror stuff is that, like, movies and video games tend to... It's usually, like, these smaller productions that do so much with, like, nothing.
Well, the cool
like,
thing...
Blair Witch Project was just the budget of a camera.
Really?
Yeah, it's just... it was a found footage movie in
I had no idea
an era where we didn't really have the term found footage movie.
No, yeah. I mean, it was a hoax, legitimately.
Yeah, they had a whole ARG around it because the studio kind of picked it up from these little indie folks.
Yeah. Yeah, so by the time it was turning some sort of profit, it was just someone has a camcorder. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Girls. I'm drawing some girls.
And, they don't actually show anything in Blair Witch Project.
Really?
It's
I
just
don't really
the
watch many
kids.
horror movies.
And then, some little totems, I guess, made from sticks.
Yeah, I knew about the totems. Or maybe,
That's
you know what
about it?
they probably are? They're probably fetishes.
Ah.
I'm
So
not
it's
kidding.
just like
Like, that is a magic
bunch of
term.
perverts. Like Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering does have a strangely high concentration of perverts. I will admit. But that does. I don't want you to paint with that broad brush. I've met many wonderful people that happen to enjoy Magic the Gathering.
I've also met many perverts who never played.
Not me. Not this guy.
You
I'm
played
kidding.
and are a pervert?
I've played. Well, there is that, but that's not what I meant. No, but really, I've played. I like Magic, okay, though. Ultimately, I kind of just like playing Yu-Gi-Oh better. It's more fun and silly.
Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's off the rails. It's an entirely different game than what I grew up playing.
You can play old rules though. Like they still sell only old rule compatible sets.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like Magic when I was into it, which was, I guess, early 2010s.
Yeah.
Because it had like very solid game structure. And so, they had a way of cycling stuff out to keep really broken shit from happening. Whereas Yu-Gi-Oh's just kind of, writing an entire novel on a card and seeing what works.
Now, I will say structurally, Yu-Gi-Oh's not that different from Magic, except for that they don't do the seasonal thing. Like, I watched an 8-hour video to go to sleep of banned Yu-Gi-Oh cards, why they're banned, and whether they're likely to ever become unbanned.
I heard Exodia's back.
I'm actually not that into the scene that I would hear that, but could not be happier to hear that.
Oh yeah, somebody won a tournament with Exodia recently.
Oh my god. Do you realize someone's been obliterated? Do you realize that Yugi won that tournament? I got, honestly, just salty is the reason I quit. Sorry. The reason I quit Magic is because I just don't like somebody going, you don't do that. And like the kind of people that like to play trading card games, and I honestly don't play that much unless I really like get along with a person, is because they'll be like, oh fuck no you don't, like it does actually feel kind of personal when they interrupt you. Maybe that's just my own weird boundaries.
When they interrupt you, mean like when they cast counters or something, or
yes, like a blue deck milling you in response to something you do is so frustrating. And it's, I mean, I imagine as somebody who's never played blue, and I imagine it's hard not to be smug about, like, they did the one thing that's going to set half your deck off and kill them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that feeling of, when your deck is working. But the thing I was always told playing Magic is that the only health point that matters is the last one.
It's true.
It's true. Yeah.
None of your cards are sacred. You're not trying to set up this chain to bring out a super dark magician of Exodia Chaos. You're just
right.
Maybe you've got a little combo in there. Maybe you're trying to pop that off. But if your deck relies on 3 cards, then
back
You're gonna
up.
have a tough time.
Right, I understand. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly is not that different than Magic, though. Like, I don't play
Oh no,
any trading card game with people
the
unless I know
whole
I can
like structure
forgive them.
of each turn is almost identical.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Better. I've always named my phone Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. It's something my little brother I started doing when we were younger.
Huh.
Um,
What's your
and
current
so
one?
my phone's current Wi-Fi name is
It's just called Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Fright Fur Chimera, which is from the deck that my brother built me. It cost him over $100. It's so cool. It's a modern fusion deck between edge imps, which are demons of blades, and fluffles, which are cute stuffed animals that are sentient. And it's a fusion deck where you fuse them together. And so it's like haunted, scary teddy bears and stuff.
Yeah.
And the Fright for Chimera, you have to get 3 fusion monsters and fuse them together. It's like the big boy of the deck.
Like you have to use, what is it? Polymerization?
Polymerization's in there. But there are other stuff. There are cards like Fright for Factory. From now on, any fusion card can be applied to any 2 cards or something like that. That's probably wrong. But like, it's set up, yes, so that you get free fusions. There's a constant that can be deleted that makes you able to fuse without a card. But that you only get one of those.
That's what a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like mechanics kind of built around, was just trying to get rid of polymerization because it was such a clunky mechanic. So like they first started doing that really early on with like XYZ Dragon Cannon and stuff like that, and then they made XYZ summons the thing, then they did the pendulum summons and the tuner summons.
I will say I'm not really a fan of the new stuff, but I did play against a friend using a pendulum thing that was Jack in the Box animals themed, and it was kind of cool. Like I didn't use the pendulum set. I mean, it turns out for casual play, like you can completely ignore all of those mechanics if your deck doesn't use them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they make intentionally old school style decks, and the Fright Furs are like for people who like fusion.
Gotcha.
And the first time I did it, I used Giant Turtle Who Feeds on Flame because it's one of my favorite card names.
Yeah.
I think I had one more, but I don't remember it because my little brother used Red Eyes Black Dragon because he always liked the red eyes because of little brother stuff.
Yeah.
And then he made Blue Eyes Ultimate because he got a better phone. And so it goes. We've been doing it for years.
That's a lot of fun.
Mine's based off of a Dragon Ball Z transformation.
Oh, cool.
Your Yu-Gi-Oh deck or your phone?
My phone. It's the S22 Ultra Instinct, which is Goku's
So is it
form or something.
Yeah.
Final form.
Yeah. Sure.
It's his final ever final form.
Yeah, for sure. That's time, fella.
All right. What do you think?
I'm thinking it's pretty good. You got a name for him? I gotta ask.
Feature art.
Jiminy Wax Belt.
That's a good one.
Wax Belt makes me want to throw up.
Well, in a good
Good.
way?
No.
You would have cut it in olden times.
Do you imagine just wrapping a limp candle around your waist to keep your pants on?
Yes.
Joke's
No,
on
he
them.
has a
I would
freshly
have simply
waxed belt
died.
to preserve the leather.
Oh, so it's a very slick belt.
Yeah.
That's what
And
I
it
would.
smells like... Well, honestly, wax back then is going to smell like shit. Probably.
Lie. Rendering.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Other candle words?
I love it. Tell me more about it.
Did you get very far?
He's an old school kind of ranch hand. But maybe he has a secret under that hat of his.
Is it
There
another?
must have
Is it
been
another
some
hat?
magic.
Is it a little rat controlling him?
The rat chose his name.
Yep, clearly. It's a brain parasite. Ooh.
He may be practicing dark arts in that barn of his.
Ooh. I want to go to the wizard's
There
barn.
must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found.
Why would you say that?
But as an old Victorian rat, it comes off a lot more grim as the children sing it while skipping around in a circle.
They summon a demon.
It's in a minor key. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found.
Change the word to fell magic. There must have been fell magic in that old silk hat they found.
But when they placed it on his head, the demons did reign again!
Steve,
Travis, what
that
house
part's not minor. That
what
part
house
can't
do
be
you
minor.
belong to?
Belt.
Oh yeah,
House
okay.
Or?
House Wax Belt.
10 points for wax belt.
Yep, 10 points for Wax Belt. Now,
That'll be a demerit to Grimble Snuff.
That's okay. I'm only Dinkleshins, but Dinkleshins points are actually reliant on Gringle Snuff points.
Aha!
well, you do get a bonus 3 points for making it onto the fridge.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Travis didn't make it onto the fridge.
How does that affect my AC?
We'll get to that. Don't worry.
All right.
We'll see about that.
What's going on?
I don't.
Somebody else used my tablet and I have to...
Yes.
I have
One
to
more
rename
Grumbleshin
all of my
boy.
folders.
The Dinklpuss clan will reign supreme. You invited a goblin on tonight. Sorry.
It's okay.
Goblins come on whether they're welcome or not. They don't abide by vampire rules.
I could be doing a good job and practicing important skills. But that's Thursday shit. I'm drawing
Instead,
lady
you're here on
faces.
Monday night. It's 10 paces.
It's Monday Night Paces!
No. 10 paces. Don't
10 nights on Monday Paces.
Oh.
10 nights at Paces.
I've got to
10 Century.
saddle this horse in.
Yeah.
I have
Give
saddles.
me the next one.
I know.
I'm
Trav-
raring to go. Put me in, Sheriff.
I'm thinking of putting you into space. How do you feel about that? You like
Again?
space again?
How will I ever get back?
Well, that's for you to decide. However, I got you this little cowboy buddy that I want you to hang out with while you're both in space.
So it's a rescue mission?
It might be another rescue mission.
Hold on. Has this space been charted?
I mean,
Did you chart it while you were out there, Aaron?
I was too busy. I think I was getting some space weed. I don't really remember what I was doing.
Oh yeah,
This
you
is
did
a
hang with
secret
Snoop Dogg
mission.
up there.
Oh yeah.
This is a secret mission in
This-
uncharted space. Let's go.
Let's
Is
go.
that the next Uncharted game?
Yes.
Next who? Next what?
Travis,
Anyway, we're moving on.
draw me the next Uncharted game. Cowboys in space. In 3, 2, 1, draw. But for real, it's just cowboys in space. Do what you want.
3, 2, 1, draw. It's a space cowboy. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay.
That's right. Some call me the
Why-yi-yi,
gangster of love.
yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo.
Just throwing it
You
out.
can't get C&D for that because we just did like completely different things. That's
Yeah.
perfect. We'll just layer it. I'll sing Happy Birthday, and you'll sing Coming in the Air Tonight by Sting. And they will
it's not by Sting.
I don't think that's by
DMCA.
Sting.
It's by Sting.
No,
He
it's
goes-
Paul.
starts-
It's
it
Paul
starts-
F. Thompson.
Paul F. Tompkins.
Nope.
Who's that dog?
Yeah, he's-
In the air tonight.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Mr. Peanut Butter. Who's that dog? Mr. Peanut Butter. I
I
think the
forget
only
that he
Funko
was
Pop
Mr.
I
Peanut
own
Butter.
is Mr. Peanut Butter.
The only fun co-op?
The only Funko Pop
Ah.
that I own is Mr. Peanut Butter.
It is a nice one.
Some of them are kind of
Ooh,
tempting.
I wanna
Like,
know more.
there are certain Pokemon that look nice. My little brother got a Raichu because he prefers Raichu to Pikachu.
Wow.
Regular Lieutenant Surge.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You gotta evolve him, kid. You gotta evolve him before it's too late.
People don't realize that means that there was a war. If there's like
No, it means there was an army.
you're right. If there's a standing army, it doesn't mean that there's been a war.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
and that's
Especially
assuming
right
it's not
after there's a
stolen
war.
valor. Like,
Oh, that's
I always
true.
pictured him more like a Captain Jack.
Based.
He just
You know,
found
like
that.
as in Hey Yo Captain Jack and Dream a Dream.
From Les Mis.
From DDR.
Oh, I can't imagine getting my rhythm onto that. That's crazy.
Well, you know, it's a Nightcore remix, so
You're
it
down
bangs.
there like straight up breaking. It's like Master of the Air, Escaper in the Zoo.
But everything's high pitched because it's Nightcore, so it's like Master of the House, Keeper the Key.
This asshole. They say that in that song.
Do that.
Can you hear the people singing the song of Angry Men?
That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah.
I could get down to that. I think there's a genre for it.
Nightcore.
Yeah, well, I mean, not a genre. There's a niche.
I am X-Ray.
Oh, I got you. Were you swearing an affidavit? I didn't hear that. I just got the tone. You're like, Travis or. And then
It
you
was
stopped.
just
Swear your oath.
Oh, I said by I am X-Ray. Because back in the day on YouTube or LimeWire, every like happy hardcore EDM song was always attributed to I am X-Ray.
That
Which
is
is
a-
basically just like a placeholder for I don't know who actually made this song.
Huh.
Oh,
That is
that's
a
cool.
bit I did not know. They just misnamed them when I would get them.
Do you know what thing from music I like? I like the sound bite. Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I don't.
You've never heard that?
No.
There was
Wow.
like a producing group that used it, and it was a little bit of a meme underground. And
Yeah, it's a TikTok noise,
Yeah,
to put it concisely.
Oh yeah, that's why I wouldn't know.
it's just
Well,
no, it's
A
way
TikTok
older than
noise of
that.
yore. Gotcha.
It's from
The
when people would
Viner.
add like DJ stings to everything.
Oh yeah. It's
You know, which
it's
people started doing again. It's back in fashion, but
You remember the song Caribou? Well, track.
The name sounds familiar.
Oh.
I know the drink.
Strange music.
Yeah. What's his name? Tech9.
Yeah.
He always has at the end of every
Oh.
single song the.
That definitely got cut out.
Oh, I actually pushed my mic up. Hold on one second.
Maybe
Well, there's also
Strange
that's better. Music.
music. Yeah. Or if you've ever heard "Oh Oh Sexy Vampire," the one that we listen
yes.
to, there's just a Bobby B remix at one point.
Yep.
And it was that kind of thing. It was, damn, son, where'd you find this?
Right.
Yeah, they got the fucking Duke Nukem guy. They didn't. But I'd like to hear him say that.
That'd be good.
Maybe it was. We don't know. Do you know where it originally came from?
No.
It is definitely like from the people. I think the people that used it as a sting actually recorded it.
Ah.
I went to like Know Your Meme and read it when I got it stuck in my head one time to find out if it was racist or not.
Is it?
No.
Oh, good. Hey, you never know these days.
Not as far as we're aware.
Yeah.
Hold on, there's a video.
So it's been a while since we've done a proper Monday night stream like this.
Yeah.
2 weeks, I'd say.
Yeah, we had the great pumpkining.
It's apparently
Yeah.
the actor who played McLovin in Superbad.
It's him? Like, that's his voice?
All right, now here, let me read from Know Your Meme. The producer, Shadow Haze, uploaded an instruction video to brief more information behind the popular sound sample made by himself. In less than 8 years, the video received 2.4 million views. And then the guy was in a mockumentary where he pretended to be the voice of the McLovin guy.
Oh.
He said
The
the
more
drop had
you
been
know.
cut. It was ad-libbed. A bunch of crap I sent to a bunch of people. Once it came out, I couldn't track down the client because I wasn't keeping it in my library. He called me and said, did you know your voice is on this? I said, no, what are you talking about? He sent me the link and played it, and I had no idea. He said, this is like everywhere. September 10th, 2014, YouTuber Neanners published a rap cover of I Am Your Leader featuring the sample at the beginning. That's probably where I first heard it, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that would certainly place it around the right time.
But it's like my favorite. It's like my favorite ever. I talk about music online sometimes, so I sometimes hear things that like, not like songs, but like jokes or references or terminology, and I'm like, I do not know if people would even know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know if these are words to everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's referential stuff, and that stuff tends to be kind of niche, especially whenever it's like in a kind of a niche community like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it's an inside joke amongst producers, that's, not going to be accessible. But it's interesting to know.
Well, and it's just a deliriously funny sound clip to me. There will be no time it doesn't hype me up or make me laugh. I just love it.
Yeah, the familiarity with it is half of what makes it.
Though Bobby D remix makes me laugh now because there's a meme in the Game of Thrones community that calls Robert Baratheon Bobby B. There's a bot in one of the Discords, one of the Reddits that is Bobby B bot, and it's just quotes from him. And so people will be like, what do you think, Bobby B? And he'll be like, I said go fetch me the breastplate stretcher. Or whatever. So now I think that it's the guy from Knight's Tale every time that made sexy vampire. Do you know what's funny? When
Was
I saw
he
the
in
Knight's Tale?
Knight's Tale?
Yeah, he was the sensitive one. That could sew, the bigger guy?
Oh,
That's Robert Baratheon.
Man, I gotta rewatch Knight's Tale.
God love you, Will. Somebody's got to. That guy.
Isn't Alan Tudyk in it as well?
Alan Tudyk's his other friend, Wart.
I wonder if that's where the name for Over the Garden Wall came from.
I don't know. In The Sword and the Stone, the Disney movie, that's also what they call King Arthur.
Oh, so it probably all harkens back to that. It's also what you call the pre-brewed beer. It's just a
Really?
brew of barley. Yeah, before it starts fermenting.
Oh, it's beer wort.
It's wort. Yeah.
I wrote that name really pretty, but I'm gonna erase it for my space cowboy yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay. Did I send you my other picture, Aaron?
No. Or if you did,
I was drawing a face while we were getting.
You're gonna
did,
carry
I
that
did
weight.
not see it.
Let me see. I mean, let me know, and I will send it to you.
I don't.
I probably forgot. I get distracted when I pick up my phone because there's all these notifications that are saying, "Hey, stuff's going on."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's
by
what they want.
design.
Yep.
Well, I don't care what they want. I care what I want.
Well, it's inconvenient.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm all about. It's just a profile, just a face. Tell you what, if you thought my old cowboy yippee was quick, this space cowboy is gonna be real quick.
Bet you it's
Teach
gonna
me
be
how you
great.
do it.
A slap mess. Oh, thank you. You always got my back. Let's see. Does he have a jetpack?
It is space.
Okay. His jetpack's hollow point, okay?
That'll make it lighter for flying around.
So I'm definitely gonna have to explain this picture. There is. It's not right. There are some elements that may be, let's just say, too refined for the average palate, and I don't want anyone to feel left
Getting
out.
a little experimental. You in your
Yes.
Dada era.
Dot AI.
Dada.
Scary. Dot. Oh, Dada era. I thought you said dot I, and I didn't know what it meant, so I just said dot AI. Okay, before you ask,
That's a more modern era.
yeah, before you ask, before you even show it, yes, the space cowboy is also a clown,
Yeah,
There's a
you can do
reason
whatever
for
you
it,
want in
though.
space.
and that's because his cowboy hat is also his space helmet, and it doesn't cover his whole head because it's a cowboy hat. And so he had to, for that gag to work, I think I needed him to be a clown.
For him to have two hats.
No, he's just got no. He doesn't have two hats. I was thinking about what to do, and so I just made him a glass cowboy hat, and he's dead. And he's sneaking up behind the lovely profile that I made.
How do I make
Tell me.
a cowboy hat? Well, how do I make a cowboy hat? But how do I make it sleek?
Okay, so you make it out of
Futuristic.
glass, and then you turn the cowboy into a clown. I actually have just the answer for this.
That's why it takes a wealth of experience to really build something special.
And just jetpacks a bullet. It is some of my laziest work.
Let's see.
Dude,
What am I at
I've
time-wise?
lost a lot of weight. I've been working on it, and I've been extremely successful.
Congrats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
congrats.
Feels really good.
Hell
Yeah. Diet and exercise, baby. Diet controls size, exercise controls shape. Is, an old, boil down that a nutritionist aspiring friend told me.
It makes sense.
Right. I got to do some squats and get a murder ass.
Yeah, look like Zach Fair.
Do you know, God. I actually love Zach Fair.
I don't know, God, I've never read the Bible.
You tipped me off. I told you not to. To read
Tip
the
you
Bible.
off?
No, to read the Bible. There was a sign. This is the wildest thing. There was a sign put up by whatever maniac lived near me in a different place that said, read the Bible. Like, spray painted on plywood that they built because they owned property next to the road,
Mhm.
And someone got a smaller piece of plywood and nailed a don't sign above it. It was only there for like a day. It was so funny though. They took it off. It just says read the Bible again.
I never got the chance.
Still.
There was, back where I lived in Columbia, there was a, Trump Pence 2020 sign,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to deface it.
Yeah.
I forget what I was gonna do with Trump. So this is a great story. I think I was gonna just make it rump penis.
That's good.
That is good. It's just good to know that if Rump passes away, Penis is good there to take its spot, to fill the hole.
Yeah.
I will probably take a moment to post some art to
What
Instagram.
is it called? Poncho. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Trump poncho. I gotcha.
But sure.
Oh, you mentioned Trump. I'm never letting you live it down. We're gonna make everything about Trump now.
Yeah. Finally.
Right. Trump has gotten enough attention.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to say something else. I can't twist your words if you're quiet.
I think that's my president, and I think it's really time we got him back into the White House.
Forever.
I didn't know that they still did. Never mind. Twitch. Never mind.
What is
Forever?
Twitch gonna do?
I don't know.
Try to
You know,
Or
they
is
have
the
Trump on
platform to
their
get
side.
Trump back in the
They
White
don't have Trump on
House?
their
That's
side.
right.
No, Twitch doesn't have Trump on their side. They lost that chance. They lost that chance a long time ago.
Wazahi, are you listening?
Wazahi. Trump lost that chance.
Do it. Wazahi, do
All
it.
right. Wazahi.
Do it.
Trump lost
Hey,
that
you
chance.
know, there's another January 6th coming up.
Yep.
Dude, they
Like
do one
clockwork.
every year now.
What? I thought it was just a one-time thing.
every-
Kind of like
at
how we
this
had the
point-
one 9/11.
These days they do one every year. Right? And they have the indecency to do it on the same day they did it before. Right between January 5th and January 7th.
Ah, that's heinous.
I know. Oh, hey. Do you know one of my favorite Simpsons jokes?
What?
Simpsons or sentence?
Simpsons.
Ah,
The Simpsons.
What?
It's an episode where there's a couple and the man keeps flirting with Marge and they're playing tennis. And Homer gets really upset and Marge says, "Homie, you're acting heinous!" And it echoes, "Heinous! Heinous! Heinous!" At the country club they're at. That's the episode I learned what double entendre means as well.
It's 2 wontons.
Yeah. It's twice as entendre as before.
Yeah, you get
Oh, we just did a
it's a
whole
double order of wontons.
We just did a whole storyline, a whole arc in a French country in our D&D game.
Oh, how was that?
It was so much
You feel more
fun.
competent at a French accent?
Not exactly. I wouldn't exactly say that, but it's something like that, you know?
Yeah.
I did it a
I've been
lot. I was like,
practicing-
I think you better get out of here before I get more offended than I already am. And they're like, "Oh,
practicing
c'est magnifique. It's wonderful
Scottish.
to meet you, eh?" Oh yeah, for dwarfing around.
Yeah, exactly. They just got in a dwarf country.
You know what helped me with Irish, and Scottish has some of the similar qualities, is paying attention to when there's a lot of depth and thickness to what is normally a sharp consonant in an English accent, American English accent. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There was a show. There's a show, the IT crowd or whatever. The guy in that's Irish, and he would say bastards. And when he says the erds and bastards is like bastards or something. There's a thickness in the throat that you can really hear. And Scottish has a
Yeah.
similarity of that, where if you listen to the points where it's like no other accent even uses half the letters that this one does there. It's
Oh
really
yeah,
helped
Scottish
me.
is especially tough because I mean, like, I'll look at posts from Scottish Twitter and then just try to say it out loud.
What, you never read Redwall growing up?
I only read one.
Vittles?
Yeah, I
And
guess
whatnot.
it is.
The vols are all like Scottish, I think, because they used Ken as in Ken for no, and they would say
Hmm.
vittles, which is a really condensed form of victuals, which is a term that no one uses for food. But they'd always be like, "We have any vittles?" And the guy wrote it phonetically, so it
Vittles
was
is
like,
also a cowboy word.
it'd be like "Doy didn't woy have any vittles weft" or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like written
Yeah.
out entirely.
And that's what
probably
Scottish
part of
Twitter is
why-
like.
It is. It's phonetic, it's bold. I like that. Good for you guys.
Good choice. Brave.
Okay, it is bold, and I do think it's a good choice.
So we're in agreement.
I think it's stunning.
Yeah, you said it like a cunt.
You're not wrong.
That's Australian.
I'm sorry, I had to.
You had to go a little Australian there.
Yeah, like a right proper cunt.
Travis,
You're a good cunt.
you got 6 minutes left.
Who would like to follow that up with some words?
Travis, you got 6 minutes left.
Good to know.
Look,
And
you
I'm
know,
gonna make the most of them. So vamp for me.
Bam.
I am here.
Bleh.
I've come. I have come to come into your house,
And come.
into your room,
Mhm. And come.
closer to your bed.
Just like a game of chicken and come.
Well, this isn't my
Ever
house.
closer to your bed.
But what is your bed doing on the beach?
Oh, I better come get a
No.
taxi.
It's not on the beach. I'm sorry, I never took improv classes. They're always during the day. Oh,
Well, you can always take night classes. I do, because I'm a ghost.
just don't want to be honest. Ouch, sorry. I whacked my mic, so I don't know what you guys heard.
Nothing.
Nothing.
This
Oh,
one's good
good.
about that. They've got
Good mic.
crisp
Good
audio.
mic. Excuse me, sorry.
So they cut out a lot of that nonsense, which is unfortunate for me if I ever do a bit where I shout and then it gets cut out of Discord, and so y'all hear nothing.
Yeah, that already
Yeah.
happened to us once.
Well, actually, I did, like, sort of manually turn it off.
How dare you?
You have to be coming through so crisp and so clean?
That's just how I like them, you know?
Ain't
Just how I like
nobody as
Do you know who else
vocally
likes them
smooth
crisp
as
and
you?
clean? Excuse me.
Who?
Donald Trump.
Oh, this guy again.
Oh boy, he's back. I'm sorry, I will stop, but I thought it had been long enough for the callback. I'm watching enough regular show to just say, do you know who else the entire second half of your sentence?
My mother.
Regular show is really good. I need to give it a revisit because I don't think I've actually watched it since it finished.
Dude,
I haven't seen all of it even.
We've
yeah.
been watching it recently, and it's really good. I've watched it before. A lot of episodes that I do not remember, though.
Yeah, and like it's obviously got a formula. Every episode follows the same formula, but it never
For
feels
sure.
like, at least what I remember, it felt especially stale.
No, they do a lot with it. They're very careful too. That's one thing that's really good. They remade the pilot, for example, during season 2,
Yeah.
where things are very different.
What do you mean?
Ugh.
Like,
The non-air
just with the better
submission pilot.
animation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
well,
cool.
based on the animation he sent in, because it is very different, and the voices are different.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So the
Vincent's
pilot,
less angry,
not
for
episode
example.
1.
Yeah, not episode 1. The actual pilot they actually sent in that they didn't use. It's season 2,
Gotcha.
episode whatever. It's called First Day. It's about them joining the place.
Mm-hmm.
And how excited they are to have a job that's going to give them a room, and how they don't have any furniture because they're, like the slackers and stuff. It's a really cool episode. It's chill, and it sort of plays like they just hadn't, like, keyed everybody up
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Like, there's a point where Pops and, not Pops, Benson and Pops, yeah, that was right, are carrying out, like, some furniture or whatever, and they were doing something naughty or whatever, and Pops is like, oh, I didn't know, etc. And Benson's just like, they're not supposed to be doing that. Like, it's really a strange tone to hear from him, because he's like, they're new, being patient, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, don't do what they're doing, Pops. They're doing the bad thing. But they have to clean up that mess or they'll get fired by the end of the episode.
Oh, what a novel concept.
Yeah, I like that. Their drug stand-ins are so wild before they land in on them.
Yeah, they are.
The only one I remember is hot sauce.
Yeah, like wings. The entire
Yeah.
wing is a weed, a drug, a booze. And in the beginning, it's cola. They just, anytime they're drinking, it probably would have been alcohol if it wasn't for children.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they find a bunch of old cola from the 80s in one episode. It's wonderful. And
Did you ever watch the series, we can In fact, did you ever watch the one he did for HBO, where
Close
it
Enough?
actually is adult? Yes.
Yeah, it seemed good. It was hard to. I didn't have the service, so I've never seen all of it. I've seen a couple episodes like streaming online, you know.
Gotcha. So I didn't know if like you had a point of comparison for the two.
Well, the thing is, it's also more adult in that it's more mature and about more mature things. So that there is a give and take there. It would have been cool to see the Adult Swim version of regular show. Having seen the cartoon he did for his college graduation thesis or whatever, it's not.
Was
like
that
it would
2 in the
become-
AM PM?
Yeah, it's not like it would have become this horrible, like, you know, constant naughty, raunchy shit. Like it would have just been without the cute stand-ins, you know.
Yeah, it would have been, I don't know, Clerks, I guess. Well, even
that's
like
much more the vibe. That's the vibe of the beginning of Always Sunny too.
yeah,
There is some dialogue directly out of Clerks. Do you like It's Always Sunny? I assume you do.
yeah.
In the episode where it has the guy who was in Smallville playing Lex Luthor, and he's dating all the bartenders in town and robbing their safes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're watching, and Mac and Dennis are watching, and they say dialogue that is directly out of Clerks and doesn't fit their current characters at all. Well, sort of doesn't fit their current characters, which is Dennis is like, what a piece of shit, or something like that. And Mac says, you wouldn't do such a thing? Or like you wouldn't do such a thing. And it is like exactly the wording that would have been in Clerks.
It's so weird.
I really like the early seasons though, because they are really grounded, and their takes on things are new in terms of, you can tell what their opinion is going to be if they do an episode about stuff pretty well, because they've already done some. At this
Right.
point. I know that there's an episode that, like, the idea is kind of novel, which is that Dennis wants to make it illegal for women to get short haircuts. And like he's genuinely trying to stop any woman from being able to get a short haircut like they sometimes do or whatever. And obviously Dee thinks that women should have a choice in the matter, you know.
Right.
It's kind of funny.
What season was that?
It's a late one. I was trying
Okay,
to
that
think
makes
of good
sense. I was
later
gonna say
episodes.
they did kind of abortion really early on.
They
Mm.
did, yeah.
The abortion one's funny. That's the thing. It's really hard hitting early, and their dynamic is totally different. One thing else I noticed, I just recently started watching it, but they very smartly had Mac and Dee team up in the first episode, so it doesn't seem weird that they are so aligned and stuff, and that they have easy chemistry. You know, like they're all supposed to, and they all do. But you know, it's good cover for their actual real life relationship, is all.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it when I first watched it, but I did this time. It's a good series. I've watched it a bunch of times. It's not like one of my favorite or anything. I will sometimes think I haven't seen all of it, and I just have. Like I'll be like a year or two after, I'll be like, man, I haven't caught up on It's Always Sunny in forever, and then I find out I missed like a season or two, and it's just felt longer to
Right.
me.
Well, I mean, they've tapered off of their own accord because I mean, you can't keep up a pace like that and expect to make the show you want, and that's what they've always wanted to do, is just make the show they want.
And I think they do, and I think that that's why it matters less that it's a worse show now.
Yeah, and like with almost any show, like the characters become like caricatures of themselves.
I'm familiarized.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's something they leaned into immediately with Sunny. At least it is not like them losing their footing or their tact or whatever, or their subtlety. They were like, oh, it's actually really funny that Charlie was illiterate in that one joke, so let's just now do that forever. Like, let's definitely, they stuck to everything that worked immediately. They just had to
Right.
find that. Charlie says the word business ethics at the beginning of season 2, for example, the phrase, which I mean he might have heard, but you know, it is differently written for sure.
Right.
One of my favorite jokes from the early seasons is when he pretends to be an alcoholic to get with the waitress, and she gives him her number because she's his sponsor, and he's like, "You kidding me? I was so close." It's just such a funny joke.
Yeah.
Remind us all that that's a terrible idea. He's able to get the most pity, Charlie, from the viewer.
Yeah.
And, like, it's so easy to see him as the good guy. I mean, Mac in a similar way, even though Mac's pretty vicious. He's like so dumb.
He's very, like, classically aggro.
Yeah.
Very-
He's almost now a type of bro that it's like there's not even a context for. He had a Strictly for Ninjas shirt on in episode 1, and I'm like, that is so Mac. And so when they released it, like the week they released it.
Right.
But, he continues to be that guy who's like, I know karate, and I gave you the ocular pat down, and all that stuff,
Yeah, the familiar phrases, catchphrases almost.
I've got a familiar catchphrase for you.
One and done.
Nope.
Shit.
That's
I'm not gonna
time.
like this one.
Oh!
All right, let me wrap up.
Yeah.
And that's time!
Pencils down.
Busting out my Jeff Probst.
Excuse me.
You haven't gotten to my desk yet.
Excuse me, Mr. Orr. That's
Hey,
time.
buddy, you don't decide when this challenge is over.
Did somebody try to do that?
Oh, yeah.
No, there it is. I'm done. We're done.
There's one of the returning Golden
it's
Boys
good.
in a hero season was like, let's get this going. And Jeff's like, I hear you, brother. I'll say when we start.
What's the douchiest he's ever been?
One guy got really angry and he did a backflip, and Jeff said, blank with the ceremonial loser's dismount, because he did a backflip off in anger. That was pretty good. I mean, early on, he was quite vicious to literally anybody who quit. But that's not that funny. That's just a fact. He said some really good stuff. Over the years, he's broken that barrier and been like, "Fuck you." I can tell you the dumbest thing that he's ever said, which is the interesting thing about a brother-sister relationship is that neither of you is the parent. He really does act like an alien that is just grabbing what he can. Like, he's never lived a human life in his life.
What is this?
Jeff Probst, the host of Survivor. Sorry, I probably should have made that clear.
Anyway, points.
Points. Travis, well, tell me. Tell me about your little guy here.
Yeah, this is Claudius Cobalt.
Okay.
Riding in his space cattle wrangler.
Ooh. Yeah, those grabbing hands for grabbing cattle.
Wrangling space cattle. Yeah.
I love the moon.
Or, putting up asteroid fences or whatever.
Yeah.
Making
Sorry, I got really into doing
making laser lassos.
lines on my drawing.
Got into
Just
doing.
stopped the banter.
It's okay. We're going
Just
over.
ended it.
We're going over this piece anyway.
Sorry.
No, you're good. What do you think of this piece?
I think it shows real creative drive,
Yeah.
and I don't have the stream open.
The well,
I didn't
it's
see
funny.
it.
The robot is powered by creativity and gumption. Mostly
it has a creative drive in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching the whole time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of old-fashioned elbow grease in there.
Oh.
Otherwise, the elbows wouldn't move.
Well,
Dude, you're just reinventing the car.
I think that's 10 more points for Wax Belt over here.
Yeah.
And I'm
And how
sorry,
many points for Wankershin?
Wankershin. Well, show me your work.
Oh, I did. It's it's in chat.
Oh, derp.
Did you just derp
I did.
in
derp.
Biden's America?
You know it. Oh, I think that's also 10 more points. It's perfect.
And for Wankershin?
For Wankershin.
Oh, delightful! Like I said, his hat
Billy
is...
G.
I'm a member of Wankershin. What did you want me to say? Puddle rumps? That's Vanderhorn talk if I've ever heard it.
And here is that in all of its glory. Getting beamed up. Goes on the fridge
Wow.
with the rest of them.
Yay! You know how to make someone feel special.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm feeling a pee coming on, so I think, fellas, we'll be right back.
To the cactus.
No! No!
There's no way that could be right.
I love being live.
I love being live too.
I know
I'll
it's a
take it or leave
great
it.
day.
Travis, you could say we've had a
Aaron.
bit of a theme tonight.
Yeah, I think we have.
What's that theme?
Not an unfamiliar one. Cowboys.
Cowboys. All right. You're right. So for this final prompt, I want you to draw me a cowboy.
Ah, like a boy cow, or is that something different?
Like a male moo shooting and rooting.
Okay, but like anything else to go off of here? I just
I've
want to be
already
clear on what
started.
you
I feel
want
like
here.
you're really trying to be the squeaky wheel, man. Just get to work.
Hey,
All right. 30
I
on
just
the-
want to make sure I understand the assignment.
Well, yeah, we all understand the assignment, and your jokes aren't funny anymore, okay? You're wasting a lot of precious time.
Oh, silly me.
Time is money.
All right, well, I better get to it then.
You should get going.
In the meantime,
You know what?
I'll be getting your picture up on the old fridge.
Aw, shucks howdy. I do appreciate it.
Mighty kind of me, but I do it with a big smile on my face.
All
Oh.
right.
Humble as
We-
always.
Oh, did you already start the time?
Clock's ticking.
Yeah, we started a long time ago. What is going on with you today?
I don't know. There must be some latency here.
There is an issue. Something today is not as it usually is. Some kind of problem.
There might be some fraud.
Yeah, it's probably on my end.
It's probably fraud.
Yeah, I do have imposter syndrome.
Hey,
Can we get in trouble?
you are the imposter.
I mean, I was doing wires.
You know what would be so funny? To play
What?
a complete random game of Among Us with people, and just say the word imposter as much as you can. not like spam the word, but like, oh, I've got real imposter syndrome lately at my job, though. Anyway, I'm gonna go do these wires. It's like, whoa, wow. Oh, no, sorry. Somebody walked by my window. I thought it was Elvis, but it was just one of those Elvis imposters.
I'm just seeing imposters everywhere.
You know what I could go for some right now?
What?
Some impostacon broccoli.
I was talking to my mom and at dinner, and she was saying that she didn't have enough fiber in her diet, so I said, hey, I can take care of that. Imposter the corn. Anyway, I'm done.
Speed demon over here.
He did
Fastest fingers in the West.
He did have the minute head start.
Well, you made it very clear to all of us at the same time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was perfectly clear. You checked the tapes. It was
Why
just
do you
overtly stated.
Why do you need to check the tape?
Like it is every week.
If you're so sure of it. Like we're in agreement here.
I know, I'm just reiterating. I'm only speaking the affirmative here.
I think no further digging needs to be done because we're all in agreement.
Anyway, my pictures are going up.
All right, up on the fridge.
I can't remember what I said to Aaron. What we were talking about. Me and Aaron were talking about it and how he was hosting and everything. And I think we were talking about a situation where I might host, and I said, "Well, Aaron, you're way nicer to them than I would."
You'd have a field day. I'm the nice sheriff. It turns out.
I'll be like, and then have sex with their moms, and that way. No, I just get so inspired, by
it's like in Hey Arnold, whenever they bully their teacher, and then the drill sergeant teacher comes in, and they realize how good they had it with Mr. Simmons.
Oh yeah.
Man, there was a time Richard Simmons was a cultural icon. Isn't that weird?
I mean, was really doing something that I guess not a lot of other men were at the time, which is jazzercise on TV.
Aerobics, yeah. That's not incorrect, I suppose. I guess in a way, he really had the pro wrestler thing going, right?
Yeah.
Like he had this whole get up, and he was like, "All right, everybody."
And there was a lot of camp to it, I
think that why it's such a fit is because there's so much camp to jazzercise to begin with.
But it took the world by storm.
Anybody who's like the straightest score on the Kinsey scale, they're not literally able to say the phrase "sweating to the oldies." It just doesn't come out of a Kinsey scale zero's mouth.
Sweating to the...
We're
take a trip.
To the oldies. We're sweating. The oldies. It's not their word,
They weren't allowed, but we've come so far.
They were allowed, they just can't.
Yeah, it's too much for them.
It's tough.
It is tough being out there,
Do you know who plays Kinsey in the documentary about the man?
No.
The guy who made the
Olive Tompkins?
Who's that psychologist? Mr. Kinsey. No. It is Liam Neeson that played Kinsey in the film Kinsey.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy? I don't know
That's
anything
a fun
about
choice.
the guy, really. Yeah, he's probably good at it, right? He was Schindler's List, right? So if it's like a big serious drama, like he certainly can do it.
Listen here. I don't think that sexuality is a binary. I think it's a lot more complex than that.
If you could knock off like 1/2 point of Henson and Nixon. I'm not even teasing you, like genuinely that's advice. I'm sorry if that sounds too flippant. It's really good.
Now listen here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you lean sexually. It's a whole spectrum out there. But I'm gonna try and map it out.
Did you know he is from Scotland?
No.
Kinsey is?
Not Kinsey, no, Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where
That's
the
just
Nixon was
also-
coming in.
I think so, probably. Anyway, it's really good, for the record. That's why I
Thank you.
thought to offer any kind of hint. I think it's a great Liam Neeson.
I'll try and refine it because I don't really have a lot of or any impressions under my belt.
Do you know who a lot of people can impersonate?
Who's that?
Donald Trump.
Well, a lot of people. Yeah, anyone can.
It's a free country.
in-
And do you know who we have to thank for that?
Obama?
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah,
There's the secret. There's
and
the
you get
secret dead meme
balloons
of the
on
day.
screen.
You do need a celebration phrase. If you don't have one, get one.
We definitely need like
How
the
does this-
little children cheering.
Oh, this isn't gonna work because you're streaming. The dance party point redemption.
Oh yeah, I don't have it.
I'll have to get you that setup.
Yep.
It's one of my favorites. One of my pride and joys.
Is it to Sandstorm?
It's actually to a MIDI file of Gangnam Style.
Or is it less ducky than that? I'll be impressed.
It's about that ducky. Bum, 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 bum.
Do you know what? Everyone totally forgets about the NES sound card's sort of sound profile. The bass. Like the booty doody doo, booty doody doo, doody doo,
Oh,
booty
yeah.
doody doo, booty kind of
It's
stuff.
where like
People always forget
the-
that when they're recreating it.
artistry came from with a lot of those old
Mm.
like video game soundtracks. Is there were just
And the
layers on
chords in
layers.
some of the epic games.
And
You
they really had to struggle to make any kind of chords.
Mm-hmm. The music
like,
in
each-
the NES tie-in of the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade film is so good. It's just amazing covers of Indiana Jones themes for the most part.
I'll have to check that out. That's really, really cool.
It's a game I had
Yeah.
growing up. You get to do the missions in any order. I'm so sorry that I keep getting too excited and cutting you off. Go ahead. You do your thing. I won't forget.
I was just gonna say a friend showed me that like actually had I guess it was like a ROM of the dev kit they would use to make video game music.
Mm-hmm.
So it was for the SNES, and like I think there's something neat with that where you can't actually layer chords. You have to kind of fudge it because it can only play one sound at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sort of feather them. That's why it sounds so distinct.
Yeah.
There's a song that does that effect really well. It's the first song of the Scott Pilgrim Beat 'em Up. It does the
Yeah.
NES soundscape perfectly. It's
Like
one
the
that's
do 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 do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
exactly
on
that.
Monoguchi. That was their wheelhouse. They were
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't.
they
We
were
can't
doing-
play it on here.
Oh wow, that makes sense.
We're also Warner
Like-
Brothers.
Do you know?
yeah.
Well,
Well, Universal.
what else has an
Yeah.
amazing soundtrack? River City Girls 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I still get to play those. I've always wanted to, like, since I saw, all the promotion stuff around it.
Come over. I
Yeah.
have both of them.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun time.
That would be awesome.
Oh, I just had a brain blast. I have Bluetooth on my computer now.
Ah, nice.
That's gonna be so nice for playing games.
Brain blast, get out of my laboratory. How's my Jimmy Neutron?
It is pretty spot on.
It is just science.
What's Jimmy's dad
How's that?
sound like?
I adjusted it.
Give me a Jimmy's dad.
Like genuinely, or
Either way.
in my own little universe. I mean, Jimmy's dad's not that hard to do. It's like, oh hey Jimbo,
Yeah.
we were going out to the discoteca tonight, so you're gonna have to microwave yourself a pizza. He's fun. He's a really fun character. Weird. He's one of the weirdest dumb dads in all of like cartoon and sitcom history.
You think so? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
He specifically loves ducks and pie and dancing like it's the 80s, and like they don't just keep inventing more shit, you know what I mean? It's not like he likes whatever random thing. It's not a Deadpool chimichanga syndrome, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He really just likes ducks, wood duck replicas, pies of any type, and going to dance clubs.
Well, all we knew about Stu Pickles is that he was a toy inventor and he had a disco phase.
I think all we know about Stu Pickles is it's a coma, and the babies are dead babies.
Oh, whoa.
Hyper-realistic blood eyes. Alright, we're done. So, yeah, but no, if I was doing it in the way where I did all the other, where Jimmy Neutron sounds like Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy, then he would probably be like, "Hello, Jimmy! Have you seen any delicious pies? Or any ducks? Quack, quack!"
All right, now was that your one from your?
Hey
universe?
there, Jimmy Neutron! Have you seen Ultra Lord?
Any like old Jewish lady from any cut rate comedy is what she is. I love Ultraman.
Yep.
I
You're
love
so right.
Ultra Lord!
Right, Ultra Lord. Ultraman is the cool helmet, the guy.
Yeah. There's an Ultraman pinball game at Silver Ballroom, which is
Dude, I know. Oh,
one that rumbles the ground,
I have not played it. No, Aaron showed me. I must.
and it has a bunch of old clips. It's so good.
Oh, that sounds spectacular. Do you know what my favorite pinball machine is? I'm a huge pinball head.
Oh, I do.
Demolition
Sorry, I meant,
Man.
do you want to know? I figured you probably couldn't guess. No offense. It's Attack from Mars.
Attack from Mars?
It is just a pinball machine that is a kitschy B-movie space invasion, where your missions are to light up the right lights to get the ships to go to a specific country, where the pinball machine's voice becomes like a goofy accent of that country, and you have to save it by hitting a physical wobbling spaceship with your pinball enough times to destroy it, and then you save that city, and when you save every city, you get to attack them back and go to Mars to fight them, and you do another row of cities to beat the pinball machine.
That's fantastic.
It's got little rattling green guys, and it's like Sacre Bleu, they're taking the Avatar. And it's like there's a soldier voice that plays all the time for like the real like target locked or whatever stuff, and it's like, we must build an atomic blaster.
So, Thor,
Mm-hmm.
if you could make any game into a pinball machine, what would you make?
Probably Sonic.
Not Banjo?
God damn it, we've had this exact conversation before. Maybe Banjo. Sonic's a great answer though.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
I mean, they did make Sonic Spinball, but it wasn't like a physical
I think that's a great game.
pinball.
But you're right. Yeah, they did, and that's part of why I think about it. But also, like every like Vegas or video game or TV studio or whatever, you know, the really flashy levels, they're all very pinball-y in every game.
Mm-hmm. I would want a Psychonauts.
Oh, that's such a good answer.
Oh wait, no, I changed my answer.
Oh,
Katamari.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, you gotta roll them up and then have like magnetic multi-balls that come out.
Having it just repeat, like, at various volumes, that a cappella Katamari song when it's in demo mode, you know? Without getting to, like, the...
The song just gets louder as you play, and, like, more instruments add in. The higher your score gets until it's just, like, a deafening cacophony.
Each mode could use a different iconic song from the series. There's a bunch of beloved songs on it.
Oh, absolutely.
So you could, like, enter a mission and it would start playing the I love you, ba 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 from We Love Katamari. It would be great. I love pinball. I love pinball.
I was thinking maybe a Yakuza one.
That is so sick. Man, they're probably not going to be any answers I don't like, now that I think about it.
Because you could have little sub stories.
No, that's what pinball's about, is doing a bunch of side quests and a mission. Yeah, it's a great idea. And, like, there are mini games in some of these. I'm sure you've played enough pinball to know that, but, like, you could totally do, like, you have to do karaoke, which requires you to, like, you know, do something to a beat while also keeping the ball in the air, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, something to a beat. Elite Beat Agents Pinball.
Ooh! Oh, yeah. Oh, WarioWare Pinball.
Oh, that could be funky.
Oh, yes.
They literally have you, like, do mini games on a little screen underneath.
Lots of games have that.
Yeah.
Or the score screen will become a virtual game you have to keep track of while playing the physical game.
Yeah, I played a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one that's newer that has a lot of that going on. It's hard to keep track of.
All pinball machines are, like, you have to pay a bunch of money. Or do a bunch of plays, I should probably say, because some of them, you can play them for free in some situations, but you have to get very familiar before you really get to play the thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because you don't even know what the missions are unless you've been reading it for a long time before you play it. They are in there somewhere.
You didn't read the manual that came with the game?
That is something they say about pinball machines, is that if you're not interested in learning to maintain one, don't bother getting one. Like, it's just such a money sink if you're not gonna just buy the part and install it yourself or something.
Mm-hmm.
They say don't get one if you're not gonna open it up and then fix it. But not like in a snobby way, but like it's just gonna cost you so much money with the repairman if you don't do any of your own repairs.
Right. And there are companies that solely do that for a lot of these niche pinball places.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a job I've always thought I might actually enjoy doing. Is pinball repair.
Sure.
Yeah.
Travis, have you played
Find a
Pizza
place
Tower
that does it. I have not. I kind of heard some of the music from it, or at least metal covers, because that's what Spotify decided I liked.
And it's my new recommendation for pinball machines. It would be so good. It's we talked about it already, I remember now, but that's what I want now.
I don't know that I'm super familiar with it, what the gameplay is actually like. I've just heard a bunch of the music from it.
Okay, I thought we talked about it. So, it is a combination of Sonic and the Wario-led games, the platformers Wario Land and stuff.
Yes, I do remember you telling me that.
So it's animated in a very like 90s underground comics style with like Far Side and early Simpsons reference, not references. You know what I'm talking about? Influences. It's very Nickelodeon too, and like. You are just Peppino Spaghetti, the local pizzeria owner, and you look out your window and there's been an enormous tower with a laser gun pointed at your shop on top of it, built right next door to your shop. And he starts running to get there, and then sort of in canon, he just doesn't stop. Like, the animations are all just him blisteringly fast, clambering up walls and stuff. And it's like a very speed and focused game. And then if you want to get into the deeper mechanics of getting perfect scores, I got a P rank, which I'll explain what that is.
For pizza.
It is for pizza, yes. It's the highest rank. And you have to never lose your combo, which you get by collecting items. You keep it up, like, you keep it from diminishing by collecting any point items, killing any enemy, or collecting any other main items too. And so you can you always have to be adeptly hitting or collecting something to not lose your combo. You have to beat it in a
so
certain
you kind of
amount
have to space it out.
Yep, you have to
Like-
plan your route through the level like a speedrunner would have to.
Ah.
So you're like, I need to hit this guy to continue on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have to get every secret. You cannot leave anything in the level. And they're sort of loops. At the end of the level, there is I have no idea why they're called this, but they're called something Johns. I don't remember now. Damn it.
Like Papa?
They're called Johns. Maybe it is because of Papa John. Yeah, I didn't think about that. The first level's called John Gutter for some reason. And it is like abandoned Johns. Anyway, it's a big pillar
like
face,
abandoned
like a Maui
toilets?
face. Like, no, like a big pillar face, a Maui face kind of thing.
Maybe they were customers for sex workers.
You shoulder bash it like Wario. It disappears and it says escape or whatever. And Pizza Face, the main villain, just starts chasing you, clipping through walls. And the music changes to the iconic escape thing, the do 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 do. And you have to go backwards to the level you just did while being chased by a killer enemy.
Hell yeah.
And that's every level. They're all themed. There's a Five Nights at Freddy's one. Built with built-in jump scares. Really, it does. I mean, they're not scary. But you do get a flash of the creature fighting that catches you, being scary looking.
Yeah.
It doesn't even do a sound, I don't think. Or maybe it does, but it's not very loud. There is also another jump scare in the game, though, I'll warn you. Because I don't know if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff.
Not
But,
really. I think it's hack.
The start screen is Peppino sitting in a dark room, and if you hit a button, TVs turn on behind him, and each TV is a save slot. If you don't press anything, Peppino lunges at you and makes a loud noise and the game closes. If you sit there for a minute without doing anything. But he's giving like a dead stare in a dark room.
It's so
That's
weird.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, it made me uneasy. I think they telegraphed it quite well. That's why I looked some stuff up. There's another spooky Easter egg, which is, you don't take any damage in this game, because the damage goes to your meter. If you're just trying to complete it, it's actually not a very hard game. If you're trying to do any scoring, damages the enemy. But because they knew there'd be people who were playing through it, getting hit, and not caring, they have increasingly spooky Easter eggs appear on the television that has Peppino's face on it as he gets hit more and more times. As it says Peppino has been injured 15 times, you get a slightly spooky picture, and then at 30 you get a pretty spooky picture. And nothing comes of it. There's a top one. There's a bunch of weird cryptic hints. It's that kind of naughty, underground, edgy stuff, like that kids would like. It's a Spencer's Gifts coded kind of game.
Oh, so it's got a bunch of like penis-shaped things. And
It doesn't, but its
a
tone is
shirt
very.
that
We put some
talks
jump
about how
scares in
sarcastic
there.
you are.
No, but like, you know, I don't know. It's hard to describe. It really is.
Yeah, I'm sure it got like as big and popular as it did for reasons, like for good reason.
I think part of its success is that it got a Kickstarter and it released builds throughout the whole the whole making of the game to people who backed
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
So there's a bunch of like abandoned content that is there. In fact, there's a game called Candy Castle that is an officially accepted mod pack that accesses all the content they didn't use that they had planned to use over the course of different ideas for the game, and makes you a side character, turns the enemy into a redo of Peppino, and you collect candy in a colorful clown and candy themed place.
That's fun.
Neat.
Yeah, you're on a moped the whole time. Or no, not a moped. What are they called? A scooter, where with your actual foot.
Oh yeah, like a razor scooter.
Yeah, like a razor, yeah. Great game. Highly recommend it, honestly, to anybody. I bought it the moment I found out what it was, and I don't regret it.
Travis, you've got about 3 minutes left. You've been making good progress.
I may not even need it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think any advertisers that are watching have learned quite effectively what a great spokesperson I would be. I will sound this genuine if you ask me to sell anything, so think about that.
Or if you ask us to badmouth your competition, we'll do that too.
Yeah,
And an
keep it under the
unrelated
table. Be
note,
discreet about it.
If you eat a Tide Pod, you'll die. That is Tide. Tide is bad.
Yeah, it doesn't taste good. That's why you die.
Yeah, it's actually just because Tide's so bad. Like you think of it,
You die from lack of flavor.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Too much bad flavor.
Lack of flavor, lack of clean. It just tastes like bad chemicals.
Oh, gross. That's not what I want in my laundry.
Mm-mm.
If it does that to your body, imagine what it's doing to your clothes.
That's exactly what I was trying to say earlier. You know what? I just couldn't get it out. My heart got up in my throat.
Just thinking about
Again.
How
I can
gross
sound very
Tide is.
convincing, advertisers. It's true. It's real.
Yeah, all this could be yours.
HBO Max, more like HBO slacks on producing content that's worth your money every month.
Netflix, more like sucks dicks.
In a good way. Netflix is a wonderful service that you will always be glad to have paid for.
Nah, I'm pretty anti-Netflix.
Well, Thor isn't.
No, yeah. I have been paid by Netflix to let you know that you're wrong.
Ah.
Give it a chance now.
Yeah, try it.
What you got to say about stars?
Who?
Amazon?
Amazon. Amazon, they do a really good job, all things considered.
I think Amazon should stick to selling shit off their store instead of this movie stuff. Thank you, Amazon, for the sponsorship. Fuck you, Amazon, for that lack of sponsorship. Sorry, Amazon shipping, like shopping.
I'm pretty sure this is a conflict of interest. We can't do both, right?
Well, I don't know. They gave me some weird.
We'll keep talking until somebody picks up that tab.
Assassinates us until somebody takes me out of 100 yards.
Yeah, come on, Bezos. You don't have the guts.
I keep seeing Bo Burnham drawing breaths, so obviously I'm not that scared of you. Look at him. He draws breath like a lot.
I don't even know how to
and
draw a
regular.
breath, and I'm on a drawing show.
That was a good one. Keep that up.
Giving
I like
my
that
Jean-Luc
energy.
Picard boobies.
All right, I think this is my cowboy.
I think so. Why don't you tell me about him?
His name is Clive, and he's at an anime convention.
Now, I do have a slight problem. Is he a cowboy?
Yeah,
But I don't see it. I don't see the hat.
oh, that's what the horns. The hat would get in the way of the horns.
Oh, okay.
Did you see mine?
Yeah. Well, isn't it right there?
I'm not watching this stream.
I believe so. Oh, you did more. I gotta put this one up too. Hold on.
Is it the robot?
Yeah.
It was inspired by those little Weeble Wobble things from Breath of the Wild.
Oh, those
Imagine it's hollow.
Oh,
like a
those are
jack-o'-lantern.
fun.
gotta show.
And it's the eyes are connected to. There's a power source between the two eyes that can't be seen. And it's just a stabilizer, like literally, like just ripped and like put in a universe where they'd put a face on it, you know. See,
Points, points, give us the points. Points, points, give us the points.
points,
Okay.
points. Give us the points.
Well, Travis,
Points, points. Give us the points.
how badly do you want to eat?
I had some food earlier, so I think I'm pretty well sated, but
You know,
I don't want to be greedy.
that's all the company points are for.
Oh, for dinner tonight?
Oh, I'm super hungry. So yeah, I don't know.
Can I
We'll
use
survive.
them on drinks or candy from the snack bar?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, then yeah, I want to stock up.
Oh. Well, I think it's only nice. Only not nice. Fuck being nice. Only right to give you 10 points towards your house of wax.
Nickel Fritz.
Waxy
Oh,
belt.
him. Yeah, him. Wax belt. Yeah.
Wax belt.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I definitely
I sure hope he does.
I definitely double forgot yours, Thor, but you get 10 points as
Snagglepuss.
well. What was it?
Snagglepuss.
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 Yeah, 10
I didn't know you could.
points. Yeah,
You can change houses.
You're the-
mid,
No, I haven't changed houses
semester?
once. What's wrong with you? Oh, I know what's happening. Tinker Tom's name can only be heard by people who aren't stupid as fuck.
Oh, see, I heard it that
It's
time
true
because
name.
you enlightened me.
You hear silly stuff if Fart Knockers is said around you and you're a complete fucking loser.
Oh, then yeah, I heard the same thing the whole time.
Yeah, trench
I don't want to be a complete loser.
yeah, this is like
12 points to Travis sucks.
wow.
Yeah, see, I heard the same thing again.
Yeah.
I don't. Good job, everyone. Good job with Cowboys.
Exactly one kudo to each of us. Get out of my office. As a collective, you deserve kudos.
Travis-
Individually, you deserve kudo.
What was your favorite cowboy of the night?
I liked my space.
You liked your space? Good. Thor, how about you?
I didn't see any of Travis's, so my peasant that I drew on the sawhorse.
You know, those are the two I actually expected you to pick, so double the points.
Woo!
Dude, I'm in a Rice Krispie treat. I'm going to the commissary. I'm gone.
I like to smush them.
I'm gonna get an ice cream sandwich that's shaped like Invader Zim.
Those are rare. You shouldn't eat it. You should sell it. It's like a Bitcoin.
I've got a freezer full.
Oh my god, you're
I
sad.
just hope I don't lose access to my novelty ice cream freezer someday down the road.
Well, here, do what they did in Breaking Bad and just bury it in the Mojave Desert,
Okay.
and then it'll be safe for later, like a little nest egg.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Anyway, do you need help with that shovel?
Yeah, I'd appreciate it.
All right. Let's sign out of here and go drive to a random location.
You're always looking for me, looking out for me.
Yeah, make sure you bring the goods.
Of course.
Okay, yeah.
Happy trails, everybody.
Happy trails, everyone.
I'm so lucky to have such a good sheriff.
Yeah, don't mention.